Asus have possibly made the world's biggest gaming handheld, the Nitro Blaze 11. It has an 11-inch display. This thing is absolutely nuts. We're going to be covering it, talking about the specs, and answering the question, can it dethrone the Steam Deck? Let's get into it right now. Let's go. But before we get into the video, guys, check all the links down below in the video description for the best tech you could find, hands down. We've got all the best tech of the year, all the best PS5 Pro accessories and PS5 accessories, all the best Steam Deck accessories if that's your thing, and the best coffee ever made by mankind with nootropic mushrooms that just improves your health. And talking of health, if you want to invest in your sleep and your health overall, the best smart ring that tracks your sleep and tracks basically a bunch of body metrics for you, the Ultra Human Ring Air. Use my links down below to save money right now. Click them, click them, click them. Anyways, enjoy. So but before we dive into all the specs for this thing, which are insane as it is, and it's good to see more competitors in the handheld gaming market. I mean, we've obviously got Lenovo, we've got Asus, we've got obviously Valve themselves, and we've got INEO, GPD, all the other usual suspects. MSI as well, MSI Claw, the new Intel one, which looks super sick as well, very powerful. But now Acer are entering the arena, and they obviously had the Acer Nitro 7, I believe, last year. It never got received too well. It seemed like a rebranded console, but now they're going bigger, better, more badass. And let's take a look over here at Tom's guide for their first hands-on look before we dive into the specs here. So here it is. Look at this behemoth. Now, when you think about this thing, right? Obviously, it's basically an iPad 11-inch in your hands with controllers at the side. They're going with the same form factor as the Lenovo Legion Go, obviously with the detachable Joy-Cons, kind of like the Nintendo Switch that you can then hook onto like a little centerpiece controller thing, and basically just have the 11-inch display in front of you and then play it all you want. Detached from the console tablet portion, which I think is really cool, and it's a necessity for an 11-inch handheld. Now, there's times where I'm playing my Steam Deck and it just seems a little bit big and bulky. I cannot imagine an 11-inch gaming handheld. Can you even call it a handheld at that point? It's getting very close to laptop territory. But anyways, let's take a look at this thing. So we'll cover the specs in a second here, but obviously this is it. Looks very nice. I hope it's got Hall sensor sticks. We don't know for sure, but look at it compared to this guy here. Look at the size of this thing. Look at the freaking size of this darn thing. It is massive. Now, they've also got a Nitro Blaze 8, which we're going to talk about in a separate video. But today we're focusing on the 11. Let's take a look at it. So here is him holding it with one hand. Who is this guy? Bruce Banner. Is this the Hulk? An 11-inch tablet. Look at it in his hand. It's almost comical.
CPU with its built-in 780M graphics as well. Alongside that, you've got 16 gigabytes of LPDDR4.
USB 4, so it's going to be able to support external GPUs. Does it have more than one input? Let's see. Oh, it might have two USB-Cs, USB-A. What the heck is that? I guess that's the volume button, power button, headphone jack. Is that 3 USB-Cs? Oh no, that's a micro SD slot. So micro SD, audio jack, 2 audio jacks. Looks like 2 audio jacks. 2 USB-Cs, nice. USB-A, and hopefully we get a third USB-C at the bottom. That'd be sweet.
SSD built in there as well. Got this 11-inch.
Let's react to this just really briefly here, because this is nuts.
Display, 2560 by 1600.
2560 by 1600.
120 hertz refresh rate. One key difference here being that. You've got Wi-Fi 6E, which will give you some.
Oh my god! I wonder what the weight of this thing is. Anyways, let's get into the specs and let's talk about it. Let me know what you think in the comment section before we get into the specs. Let me know. Do you think 11 inches is too big? Yeah, let's take a look at the specs. So here is Acer Nitro Blaze 11. Enjoy portable gaming with detached controllers, immersive visuals, fast storage, and seamless connectivity. It's going to have 120 Hz display refresh rate, 500 nits high brightness, AMD Ryzen AI, so it's using the latest AMD APU. Ultimate portable all-rounder, 11-inch, smoothly transitions between daily tasks and gaming. Whether you're browsing, working, or playing, this handheld adapts seamlessly with precise Hall effect sticks, sturdy built-in stand, detachable controllers that provide flexibility for solo or connected play with the included connector, and the front camera. So it's got a front camera, which a lot of handhelds don't have, which allows you to make video calls and streaming easily. So it's essentially a tablet. Let's not beat around the bush here. It's essentially a Windows tablet, which, in all honesty, haven't been received too well as of late, just because, as far as I'm concerned, the best tablet you can get It's not even close. It's obviously an iPad as far as the app ecosystem is concerned. Windows tablets have never really interested me too much. It seems like they've made a tablet here, a Windows tablet with the latest AMD APU in it, made it a little bit chunkier, and obviously added the option to add, you know, controllers to the side of it. Can you still call this thing a handheld? Let me know in the comments. I don't know if you can. It's kind of like it's in a weird spot, right? It's not a laptop. It's not a fully fledged tablet. At least not a tablet in a comfortable form factor. But it is a hand. It's so weird. Anyways. 39 AI tops, 8 core, 16 threads, 5.1 gigahertz max boost. I wonder what TDP we can get up to with this thing. Will we get up to like 30 watts? I wonder. So it's got 2560 by 1600 resolution. It's a WQ XGA touchscreen display. I wish it was an OLED. I can't. It's really hard to go back to a handheld that isn't OLED after playing the Steam Deck OLED and the Nintendo Switch OLED. I need OLED in all my displays. Anything less is just a downgrade for me. Let me know if you agree. So it's got a touch panel. I would hope so, right? All handhelds need to be touch as well, touch enabled. So it's going to be lightning fast and spacious. Nitro Blaze 11 is equipped with 16 gigs. 16 gigs! No! 32 gigs, 24 gigs minimum. Look at the ROG Ally X. It's got 24, I believe, right? 24 gigs. Handhelds and gaming consoles, and especially ones that double up as potentially a gaming PC that you hook up to a monitor and use for productivity, it needs to have 32 gigs. I think that is like where we're going. Obviously the ROG Ally X is going that way. I believe the next Steam Deck is going to be pushing towards 24, 32 gigs as well. 16 gigs is acceptable, but not perfect, especially for something that's 11 inches. I was kind of hoping for more. 2 terabyte PCIe Gen 4 NVMe SSD. Hopefully we can maybe expand that. Hopefully it uses a full-sized SSD. Unmatched connectivity, so it's got USB 4, which is good for external GPUs, of course. We all love external GPUs. I mean, like I said, being able to dock this thing up, put this thing on your desk, connect an eGPU to it to basically expand, just expand on the performance it already has and use it as a fully fledged desktop computer, or a replacement for a desktop computer. That is awesome, and I wish the Steam Deck had that functionality. USB 3.2 ports, Wi-Fi 6E, very nice. Bluetooth 5.3, very good. Obviously you also get Game Pass as well with it. Very cool. So let's take a look at the Verge's article and see what they have to say. So let me know, first of all though, are you interested in an 11-inch handheld? And like I says, can you call it a handheld at that point? It's more like a tablet or a laptop with a pair of controllers attached to the side. So yeah, Acer has basically announced 2 Nitro gaming handhelds at CES 2025, and one of them, Nitro Blaze 11, is truly a giant with a massive 10.95-inch screen. Seriously, it's huge. Just look at a photo of the person holding it. It's absurd. Is it too absurd for you to spend your money on? In addition to that enormous screen, which is 144 hertz, well, that's weird. The website advertises it as 120 hertz, but the Verge here is saying 144, so we'll see. Can top out 500 nits of brightness. Nitro Blaze 11 is equipped with an AMD Ryzen 8040HS processor, 16 gigs of RAM. That's kind of disappointing, as I said. 2 terabytes of storage, according to our press release. Nitro Blaze 11 has detachable controllers, built-in kickstand, Hall effect joysticks. Good, it's got Hall effect joysticks. 2 back buttons. The original Blaze announced last year, with a 7-inch screen, lacked back buttons. So there it is with the controllers detached. Very nice. Acer's other new handheld, the Nitro Blaze 8, is mercifully smaller with an 8.8-inch display. I think if we're going to get into handheld gaming, I think 8 to 9 inches is the larger end, like the cap, I would say, as far as screen size goes. Anything bigger than that just seems a little bit ridiculous to me. Let me know if you agree. Obviously, I've tried the Lenovo Legion Go. I've played on it. It's very big, but they do manage to squeeze out a lot of that display edge to edge on the tablet portion, so it doesn't seem like it's 9 inches, right? But it just feels really good. Obviously, but that's on the higher end of what I find acceptable. Even the Steam Deck seems bulky at times. I'm definitely interested in the new GPD Win 2025 model that uses the same APU as this, but it has a, it folds down. It's a clamshell design. I really like that. If we're going to get a bigger display, I want the display to be edge to edge with the tablet, you know, very minimal bezels. That way they can stretch out, eke out as much screen real estate as they can get with as little of a bezel. That way it's a smaller form factor, bigger display. If they can find a handheld, if somebody can make a handheld that basically just maximizes screen size with as minimal bezel as possible and puts it in like a Steam Deck form factor, that would be ideal. If we can get a 9 inches of display, or at least maybe 8 inches in something like the Steam Deck form factor, you know, up from the 7 inches of the Steam Deck, that would be ideal. Anyways, the pricing, let's talk about the pricing. So both are going to be available in Q2 2025. Nitro Blaze 11 will start at $1099.99, so over $1,100 basically. And the Nitro Blaze 8 will start at $899.99. Can Acer topple the Steam Deck? Let me know what you think in the comments section. Let me know if you think this is ridiculous or not. I'm excited to see your feedback. As you know, we cover handheld gaming on this channel. Thank you for joining. Please check the links down below for some really cool deals, tech deals, you name it. Handheld gaming accessories, all that good stuff down below. And check out Everyday Dose Coffee. Check out the Ultra Human Air Ring. The Smart Ring is sick. I've been using it for 3 months now. Review coming soon. I really wanted to test it and put it through its paces, and it doesn't disappoint me. Cannot wait to do a video on it. Stay tuned for that. Anyways, handheld gaming, it's never been a more fun time to be a handheld gamer, right? So many choices, so many options. What is your favorite handheld gaming console? Is it the Switch? Is it the Steam Deck? Is it the ROG Ally, Leech & Go, MSI Claw? Or now, is it the Acer Nitro? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, peace out, Blaze2K. But before we get to the video, guys, check all the links down below in the video description for the best tech you could find, hands down. We've got all the best tech of the year. Oops.
Let's go.